So hello and welcome to one of my review channels or review videos. I've got to talk about this. This is the Eskute STAR, and this thing is an absolute little superstar. Yes, it's muddy, it's dirty. You can see I'm up against the trees. I'm actually in the woodlands. This little thing's just brought me through Delamere Forest, brought me down to the woodlands. I've been down the canal on it. I've done somewhere in the region of 30 miles on it, and the battery's still pulling really well. Yeah, so what have we got for you? What have we got here? We've got the little step through bike. This thing you can just step through, get your pedals, and away you go. You don't have to cock your leg over it. It's literally stepping through the bike and getting on it really easily. You've got a really nice big chunky bike rack on the back, so you can put your camera bag on it. I've got mine on my back, but you can strap your camera bag or your lunch or your stuff on the top there, and you've got these nice side pannier bars as well, so you can have a proper little system on the back, and this thing will travel miles and miles and miles. They reckon it's got a range with easy use of about 80 miles. If you're going to use a good excessive use and up and down hills like I'm probably doing, you're looking at between sort of about 50 miles, I suppose, depending on how much power you use. You've got a lovely little display on the front that's got your odometer, your tripometer. You've got all your information on there. You've got speed. We can have kilometers or mile an hour, which is really nice. It comes with a fantastic little bell on there for, well, even warning people when you're coming along. I used it a lot yesterday. We've got 7-speed Shimano gears, so you've got 7-speed gears on the back and the Shimano derailleur and stuff like that, so this thing will change gears, and the low gear and the high power level really does work well when you're pulling up hills. You've got your control panel on the right hand side with your trip to turn it round to go show the different information. You've got up and down, you've got 5 power levels. Now as for power, this thing has got a 250 watt motor in the rear hub, so it's a 250 watt rear hub motor, and that will drive you pretty much where you need to go. Backed up with that motor, you've got the large 900 milliamp battery in there. It takes about 5 or 6 hours to charge, but once it's charged, it seems to last an awful long time. You'll have to excuse me for sweating because I am definitely quite warm. It's very muggy in this woodland, and it's been raining on and off as well. We've got a front light on it as well, and we get a back light. So we've got this nice little back light and front light all wired up to the power. So you literally just press the button on the side of your controls, and it brings your lights on, which again is just fantastic. Riding along the canals, and we went through some tunnels, so we put the lights on. Absolutely brilliant. It's also got front suspension as well. The front suspension is okay. It dampers a little bit of those bumps a little bit for you, and it's lockable, and it gives you about 50 mil travel if you want it, and it does seem to work. The suspension has moved a little bit, so I can see it's moving and working, so it does take a little bit of that bump out of the steps and things like that, and the rocks. This isn't an off-road bike really. It's very much designed for probably trails, tracks, going around the forest and things, stuff sort of easy. I wouldn't take this over rocks and boulders because it's got quite a low centre of gravity. It's got quite a low pedal height, so it wouldn't be too good for going over the big rocks and boulders. It's got a painted chain as well, which is quite nice. Keeps it all nice and clean and tidy. And what I haven't told you about this thing is, apart from it got in 4-inch tyres, 4-inch chunky tyres. These tyres are CST tyres, but they're 20-inch wheels with 4-inch tyres, and they're great for riding through some of the muddy bits and the gravelly bits. But yeah, what I haven't told you about this is foldable. You can actually fold this bike. I've had this in the back of my car. It goes in the boot of the car quite nicely. I do have to put the seat down. It's quite chunky. I think it's because of these 4-inch wheels, and they are 20-inch wheels, so they are quite chunky. And you've got mud guards on it as well, which is great for this muddy, dirty weather. But it does take up space. So yeah, it does fold up. You literally just undo this clip down the bottom here, if I can get the safety lock off of it, like that. Undo the clip, and away you go. It folds in half. The handlebars, then you've got a clip on the front here. The handlebars fold down as well. So again, fantastic. If I've done Eskute bikes before. We've had the Natuno and Natuno Pro, the Wayfarer and stuff like that, and they're all big bikes, and I have to have them on a bike rack, whereas this one you can actually get in the back of your car, which I think is an absolute game changer. I really like this. It's a little bit heavier than you'd like it to be. Probably it weighs in at about 33 kilos. That's with the battery in, but if you take the battery out, you can actually pick it up. There's a good grip on the bottom of the seat to hold on to. You've got the bike rack here, you can pick it up with a bike rack, so there is a little bit of weight to it. So if you can manage to get it in and out of your car, then it should be an absolute dream. There's not much more I can tell you about it. Oh, you've got some lovely grips. Let me tell you about the grips. The grips have got these palm rests on them. The grips are really nice. With these palm rests, your hands seem to sit on them really comfortably and very comfortably. And it's also got hydraulic brakes, 160 mil discs on it, and they're hydraulic, so this thing stops as well as it starts. And it's got a torque sensor built into the pedals, so you don't have to pedal it and get a rotation. Once you put the torque down on this pedal, the torque sensor picks up the pressure, and as it picks up the pressure, it starts. So if you've got it in level 1 and a low gear and you just want to push away, it'll push away and start straight away. You don't have to wait for it to kick in. And it also has a very, very comfortable, soft, like leather effect seat on it. And I've got to tell you, this thing is an absolute dream to ride. Very, very comfortable, very, very easy, very, very relaxing, and a complete joy. A little star, like I said. That's it, the Eskute STAR. I hope I've done it justice. I've been out in it and done a couple of videos with landscape photography. I'm actually doing one at the moment. I'm at Deadpool in Delamere Forest, taking some photographs, and I've used this to get me down here. A 6-minute ride or a 20-minute walk. What would you rather do? Thanks for watching. Ciao for now. See you soon. And all the information will be in the description below. And take a look. Price. This is £1,699, which is not the highest of price bikes, and it's not the lowest of price bikes. I think it sits in a good range of bikes, and because it's foldable and because it's easy to ride, anyone can ride it. That'll do me. Ciao for now.